What's happening, guys? Safety Liner C2 here. It's time for the February 2024 collection update. Let me show you everything I got. Alright, so starting off, I got a decent amount of models this month, mainly because I bought a lot of 5. This is the first one that was in there. A couple coach bus models in there, including this Greyhound. You know, it's cool. It needs to be cleaned up. Not really my thing, but it's going in the collection anyways. Next up is this one, a Little Red Wagon. It is a bank, and there was a dime in there, so that's pretty cool. So, always nice to have another bus bank. Again, not really my thing. This one also does need to be cleaned up, but, you know, that's not going to be too hard to do. So, there's this one. The last coach bus model in that lot was this one. Again, a bank. Again, needs to be cleaned up, but yeah, I can't tell you anything about these. I don't know what they are. I think this might be an MCI, maybe, but I don't know. The only reason I think that is because of that right there, and I'm not sure if that's an old MCI logo or not. Anyways, there's this one as well. Finally, moving on to the school buses. This one, I love this model. I had this model when I was a kid. Unfortunately, mine broke, and I have since gotten another one that was boxed, but I didn't take it out of the package. So this is the first one that I have that is in good condition, that's open. And this, like I said, was one of my favorite models as a kid growing up. It's just such a cool model. When I got it, this door back here was broken, but that was a pretty easy fix. This one is in really good condition. And yeah, I'm really glad to have another one of these. The last bus in that lot is this 80s All-American, and this is the reason that I bought the lot. Now, I think most of you know I love 80s All-Americans, and that's not the reason why I bought this lot. It's because of this, Central Dolphin School District. Back in 2018, I went to Spring Fling in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which is right near Central Dolphin School District, if I'm not mistaken. And I bought another All-American that also said Central Dolphin School District. The numbers were in pretty much the same places as the one on here, or as the numbers on here. And I'd say that's a pretty good indication that these two very well could have been in the same collection at some point. So to me, it's really interesting kind of like reconnecting these two buses. This one definitely needs some touch-ups, you know, kind of down here, and, you know, I need to take this tape off of the back and all of that, but this is overall in pretty good condition. I might have overpaid a little bit for the lot just for this bus, but I'm really happy to have it. So the next model I picked up is this 90s All-American bank. I just picked this one up yesterday, so we still got some tape on here from the tag and on the bottom. Still need to do the touch-ups and all of that. It's in pretty good condition aside from this scratching up here. Not really sure what caused that, but again, I'll try and touch that up. That won't be too hard. It was only $10 plus tax, so it was a pretty good deal for this bus. I have other 90s All-American banks, but for the price and the overall condition, I just had to pick this one up. The last model for this month is the CE model. It's in pretty rough shape. The good thing is, though, that I didn't pay too much for this. You can see that we're missing these two mirrors right here. We got some marks on the top, and I'll, again, need to touch this one up kind of down here and just all around. There's some rough scratching down here. I think the worst part about this model is this down here. I don't know how it got like that, but that's pretty rough. That's going to be hard to work on. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, but you can see whoever owned this before me also put numbers on the bus, so you know, I'm not really fond of that on a model like this, but you know, I didn't do it. Anyways, moving on, we got a C2 lunchbox, the metal version, and I have been waiting to pick one of these up for quite a while. I've had a couple opportunities to, but I just didn't, and this one was for a really good price. It's a pretty neat lunchbox. You can see we have some stuff on the bottom too, and then we can open it up. I don't think there's anything in there, but yeah, you know, just a lunchbox. But like I said, I've been wanting to pick one of these up for a while, and the time was finally right, the price was right, and I am so glad to have one of these in my collection now. Speaking of Thomas, I also got this awesome mug that has no official branding on it, but you can see that these are all Thomas buses. We have an ER, a GM Minotaur, and a C60. So I've determined that this mug is from 1991 because that's the first year that this generation of ER was around and the last year for these generations of GMs. There's nothing else on there aside from the 3 buses. I wish that they would have included maybe another bus or a Thomas logo or something, but this is an awesome mug, great price, and this will fit in perfect with the other mugs that I have. Next up, I got 3 pieces of literature. This one is from 1958, this one is from 1955, and they're mostly the same. There are some differences in there, but these are Ohio School Bus Operation Regulations. So this is just kind of like a driver's handbook of what to do, what not to do, you know, who's qualified to drive, stuff like that. This is a really cool piece, and I have scanned this one. I've scanned this one, but not this one, and I'll show you that here in a minute. But yeah, just stuff like you got to keep the doors closed when the bus is in motion, when to stop for the bus, when to fuel the bus, stuff like that. This is a really interesting little manual here. Now this is the school bus minimum standards, again for Ohio, and again 1958. These are basically the state specs that were required in 1958. So I need to scan this one. There's some interesting things in here, and it's kind of fun to see how the times have changed with all of this stuff. But yeah, these 3 are super cool, and I'm glad to have these in my collection. The last thing I got this month, and by far the coolest in my opinion, is this jacket. On the front it says Texas School Bus Center, and I assume that this was a dealership, but I'm not 100% sure. But the reason I think that is because it says Amtran bus bodies on the back. This is a super cool jacket. You might have seen that Noah also got one of these. I believe his was like a light gray, so he got something very similar. They both just happened to come up right at the same time. This is a super, super cool piece. You don't normally see Amtran stuff come up that often, so anytime you do, it's always great. And because I grew up in Texas, that just makes this all the more special to me. So I really love this jacket. And that's everything I got. I'd say that I did pretty well this month, and is probably one of the better months that I've had recently. Anyways, with that, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I always do appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe right down here. It's a magical white button that says you are now subscribed to Safety Liner C2. Make sure you comment up here, down here, or over here, or over here. I don't know where they put it, down here where they put it. Make sure you also give this video a thumbs up, or you are never going to find any Amtran merchandise. And make sure you also share this video with a friend. Show it to your mom, show it to your dad, show it to a guy on a random street. I don't care, don't let anything happen to you. So yeah guys, that's going to do it for this video, and thanks for watching.